Hey there, everybody. I got some exciting news. You know those cheap, aftermarket little Nintendos that you see around? You know, the Yobos, the Retrons, and all those portable units and shit that play old Nintendo games? Well, Nintendo's making one. Yeah, go figure. It's like 2016. In November, they're going to release a classic Nintendo system with 30 built-in games. So, yay! Yeah, so either you're going to be real excited or going to go, what's the big fucking deal? Like, there's tons of Nintendos out there. Like, get a Nintendo that already looks like this. You can go to old flea market, fucking eBay. There's your Nintendo. Yeah, you can actually play real games on that, I have game cartridges here. I can play that on my Nintendo. Why would I want to get this small little mini system that obviously can't play these games anymore? It can't play the real controllers. It has some weird, Wii-like, adapters to it, so... could be good. Yeah, or it could be like the Neo Geo X. Oh, by the way, see my fucking review of the Neo Geo X. Okay, so... I don't know, it seems kind of fucking interesting, I guess. Here are some of the 30 games you get for it. Okay, you get Balloon Fight. Fucking love Balloon Fight. Awesome Joust clone, Bubble Bubble? Fuck yeah. That game is like $30 if you want to get the card by itself. To get it free in these free games here, fucking good deal. Good two-player arcade game. The original Castlevania. Great arcade action. Who wouldn't want that, but... Fuck. Yep. We're getting Castlevania 2. Now this is awesome if it's the enhanced ROM fits, that fits, it speeds up Vanquish and Nighthole sort of bullshit, but chances are it's not going to be. It's going to be the original Konami fucked up version with the broken English, like, there appears to be something different here, or, watch out for a fucking Death Star. Is it fucking Star Wars or a Castlevania game? And, hey, you're supposed to duck here, the tornado comes, even though it gives you no fucking warning. Well, anyways, we'll have to wait and see. It's probably just the same broken version from all those years back, but could be worse. Speaking of worse, we got Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. I don't love the original Nintendo version of Donkey Kong because there's a fucking level missing. Where's the Pie Factory level? I fucking love Nintendo. I fucking love Donkey Kong. I fucking love the movie King of Kong, but the original Nintendo fucking version is not the complete version of Donkey Kong. Chances are it's gonna be that completely half-assed version of Donkey Kong that came out in 1986, but I don't have high hopes, that's gonna be any different. Hey, at least we get Donkey Kong Jr. though. That one's much better translation. All 4 fucking levels to it. Was that so hard fucking Nintendo to do? And yeah, we get Double Dragon 2 on here, which is arguably better than the arcade version because you got more levels, a whole bunch of shittier platforming levels, but it's still a very good 2-player beat-em-up game. And they decided not to include Double Dragon 3 and Double Dragon 1. Which I thought were kind of mediocre games, at least on the original Nintendo. Okay, before I piss anybody else off, I'll tell you about the other games here. Dr. Mario, I can't take care of leaving, popping bills and shit. Whatever. Excite Bike. And this is an awesome game. On the original Nintendo, if you played it, just card by itself, you couldn't actually save your tracks because in the manual it said, just wait for this insane new feature to come on the Nintendo itself. Then you can save your games. Problem is they didn't release any fucking device for it. With this brand new Nintendo though, at least it's gonna have some built-in save feature where you can, at least save some of your shit or add, points where you can actually load your progress and all that sort of shit. So maybe you can finally save your data in SciPy, and once you make a track, yeah, maybe you can save for good. Who knows? Or maybe they're just blowing smoke up our ass. Okay, yeah, Final Fantasy. It's cool that they got that one on there. One of the originals. Where's fucking Dragon Warrior though? Ah. I remember playing that first before Final Fantasy. Okay, Galaga, can't go wrong with that one. Ghouls and Ghosts, or I should say Ghosts and Goblins, because, yeah, Ghouls and Ghosts, that one was Sega Master System. Okay, also got Gradius, good arcade shoot 'em up. Ice Climbers, fuck that. I always hate that one, but I guess you gotta throw a bad one in there, like Castlevania 2 and Donkey Kong. Okay, Kid Icarus, very fun. Kirby's Adventure, one of the later releases. Again, very tough to find on the original card, so it's great to have that 6 megabyte game here in this collection. Yeah, the original Mario Brothers, Mega Man 2, very awesome. Would have been cool to have all 6 Mega Man games released on here, but maybe they'll have future expansion paths where, yeah, you get to play the other classics. Let's hope so anyways. Let's hope that this isn't just abandoned like after a few months and hey, you gotta buy an all new system with all new games. Bullshit. Anyways, yeah, there's also Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, Pac-Man. You can't go wrong with those. Punch-Out with Mr. Dream. Not Mike Tyson, of course. Mike Tyson probably do the license and shit again, but you probably, really have to give him a lot of money, and shit now. And they said, screw it, just get regular Punch-Out. Star Tropics, very cool game. Neat to see it on here. It's probably not going to give you, like, the original letter that you have to dip in, like, water and shit. That'd be awesome, though. Maybe you had to dip the Nintendo water. Yeah, okay, and, of course, Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. Great to have them all in one set. Yeah, this system is going to cost like $60, probably $80 Canadian, depending where or not Trump is elected president, and it's going to be like $60 Canadian. And Tecmo Bowl and Zelda's 1 and 2. Okay. No Super Tecmo Bowl, and it's weird, we got one title game on there, but we got no Little Samson, no Arkanoid. I can think of so many games on here that would have been great. You have Konami, Capcom, different games on here, but you only got like a few choice games. No DuckTales, no Adventures of Bayou Billy, or screw that. I'm thinking of only bad ones. No Tailspin? But it'll be interesting to see if this was a hit. But I'm also kind of, not too excited because, hey, we got other ones out there too, made by third-party companies and all that. The only difference is now that this one's actually made by fucking Nintendo themselves, and they're having some built-in games, and maybe it'll get more people interested in the awesomeness that is the original Nintendo way back when it was released in 1980s and 90s. Like, there's some good shit on there, and a lot of the games out there today just don't have that same addictive feel that a classic hard Nintendo game will give you. But, there's also problems with some of these old machines too. Like, here is a re-release of the Sega Genesis. 80 games in one fucking set. It sounds completely cool, but the sound is completely awful in this. Like, play Streets of Rage, everything sounds all tinny and, I don't know, just fucking awful. It just doesn't have that same sound quality as the original Genesis had. And I wonder if this classic mini Nintendo, I gotta go by its new name and everything, just so I don't confuse fucking everybody. Yeah, is the sound gonna be totally effed up on it? Is the graphics gonna be poor? Even though I heard it's gonna be like HD resolution, I don't know. They could still mess up the picture quality and all that shit. And if it's gonna be bumped up to HD, is that gonna like blur everything? I don't know. They could have like some, I don't know, third party company that don't know what the hell they're doing, and they could totally F up the games. Like maybe you get to like level 50 in Bubble, then it totally craps out. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. You know, I don't know. I'll reserve my judgment. I won't like throw it on their bus or anything. You know, I'm still a huge Nintendo fan. I'd like to see cheap games bundled in one set. Like when you get games like, yeah, Mega Man, Final Fantasy, you know, the original Castlevania. Those games alone will cost you like $60 just to get the original Nintendo card. To have them all bundled in one set, plus you get a shit like Ice Climbers on there for free. Yeah, why not? Seems like a good deal. But Nintendo could totally fuck it up, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. So there it is. It's the Nintendo Mini coming out this November. Yay! Or you can just get real fucking Nintendo, play with some real controllers, and, you know, games like that. Yeah, that's pretty much what I fucking do. Yeah. Sad thing is, I already played these fucking games to death. Yeah, I beat them all practically. Except for Ice Climbers. You can't really beat that fucking game. Once you make it to level 33, it just loops back to level 1. No fucking ending to it. Yeah. Oh, okay. And yeah, that's it for me. Are you guys excited, or are you not? Or you think this is a little shit, and you think it's just gonna be, oh, it's gonna be popular for 1 week, and boom, it's out of the stores. I don't know. Hey, it can't be any worse than this. Am I right, Nintendo? Okay. Till sometime later, thanks for watching, and unsubscribe and all that shit, and oh wait, is it subscribe? I don't know, fucking know. Alright, see you all later. Bye. Yeah.